So you do actually want to try and do something now. You've had a vision of what life could be like. So a vision of what could be like is a life that's sort of beyond our day-to-day concerns. And we might have seen that vision reflected through the acts of others. We might have had an experience of a bigger perspective of life through beauty or wonder or loss or pain or difficulty. We know that there's something more to be achieved. We have a feeling for something more in our lives. We've seen that it's possible. So now you actually want to do it. You actually want to put your feeling for something more into action. So how do you do that? Even if it's, how do I be kinder today? How do I be more responsive to others today? How do I be more creative? How do I be less reactive? This, once we've had a glimpse of something more, this is the chance now where we say, yes, I'm going to try and do this. I feel galvanized enough to be able to move towards these ideals. And we've had teachings, and we feel now motivated to want to move towards something more in our lives. And that means usually changing our mind, finding ways to change our mind, usually changing some aspects of our life, and also taking up the positive practice of the precepts and the teaching of the Buddha. So developing loving kindness, for example, that's one ideal that we can move towards in very practical day-to-day ways. Developing generosity in our lives so that we're less self-concerned and more aware of others. Practicing contentment rather than continuing to act out on our craving or our greed. Trying to speak more truthfully, for example, rather than twisting our speech to suit ourselves, and developing awareness as well. So all of these things we can do in very, very practical ways through meditation, through the practice of ethics, through communication and friendship and so forth. So, yeah, this is what we're trying to do. This is what this stage of the puja, the worship, evokes, our emotional commitment to try and deepen our lives, to try and practice the teachings and try and make really each day the conditions for growth, whatever happens to us or in our lives. We're trying to use the conditions of our life so that we can grow. And we might have to change some of the conditions of our life. And the primary condition of our life is our mind and the habits of our mind. And what we're doing in this stage of the puja is committing to trying to change the habits of our mind so that we become more and more creative, more and more aware of others, more and more aware, and moving away from our limited, restricted selves towards that feeling that we have that there is something higher represented by the Buddha.